chaos now. So either you mute or already 3 minutes to time.
Once about
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Can you mute your
Good morning,
microphone?
sir.
Please mute your microphones.
Good morning, sir.
Mute your microphones.
Good morning,
Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Good morning,
everyone. Nice having you here. Please mute your
Good morning,
microphones.
sir.
Sir, online. Is it coming here? If it's coming, then we have to wait for it. Is it coming here? Or you join then? Once you see them. Yeah, just join.
Are you coming? Okay, please be here.
It's coming.
Yes.
Dear students, give us a few minutes for us to receive the representative of the acting vice chancellor. Well, a few minutes. Thanks.
We told him that, you know, Africans, you should have. We want to put American.
Hello, yes. Good morning. Good time, man. You guys think I'm going before? I'm my another village for burial now. Who you trying? More you trying? I'm not going to go office. I will defense man now. Man, I think I'm going
Ochi Josiah. Ochi Josiah.
Good morning, sir.
Mute your microphone. Good morning, sir. Mute your microphone. Good morning.
It's okay, sir.
Hello?
How are you, Victoria?
Let me engage you.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Those of you that have just joined online, please mute your microphones.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Mute your microphones.
We can hear you.
Yes, mute your
Good morning,
microphones.
sir.
Present by Poison. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Presenter.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Please mute your microphones. Mute your microphones. We're about to start the program. Mute your microphones. We don't want to hear any noise from the background.
Okay.
Good morning.
It's okay. Yeah, you can announce it. Good morning, the acting vice chancellor, ably represented by Professor Ari Obiwosu. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
The Provost College of Postgraduate Studies, who is unavoidably absent from here due to another engagement. Fellow associate provost, other guest speakers of today's, and our beloved students. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are all welcome to
Good morning.
today's postgraduate orientation program. To begin with, recite the national anthem. So let's be quiet. National anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. No tribe and tongue may differ, in God alone we stand. Nigeria's all across the
Sovereign motherland, abundant that truth and justice reign. It is
That end. So the next is the recitation of music song. Music song.
Fountain of knowledge and of wisdom, source of our hope and confidence. With freedom through education we get, with reverence we
Next song, please. One hail unity, pride of our state and our nation, fountain of knowledge and of wisdom, source of our and confidence, freedom through education we get with strength.
Let's be seated. Thank you, everyone. Next is opening prayer. I would like to call on any of the students online to give us an opening prayer. Any of you
in the name
online
of
can give us an opening prayer.
good morning, our esteemed professors and lecturers. My name is Jabo Gozano. Please let us pray. In the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Our mighty and everlasting Father, we just want to thank you for this great opportunity. We thank you for the life that is given unto us to be alive in the land of the living. We thank you for our lecturers, for the management staff, and those that you have made to be a breeder of character and knowledge to us all. Lord, we worship and exalt your name. Father, in this great orientation, we pray that your spirit will come and be with us, that all that will be done today will be according to your will. That at the end of the day, oh Lord, your name alone will be glorified, and the purpose of this orientation shall not be defeated, but everything shall be to the glory and praise of your name. This is our prayer this morning, because we pray through Jesus Christ, our Lord and the Savior.
Amen.
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 Thank you. The next item is for the opening remark. The chairman, Professor Carol Arese Umobi, who is here ably represented by the Director, Counselling and Career Development, Professor Harry.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to seize this opportunity to salute all the present. I want us to congratulate in a very big way the students who are taking their orientation today. As a matter of fact, I congratulate you for two reasons. One is that you have been found worthy to study in another school, university of all times. I want also to congratulate you because it's not easy for people to make good choices these days. One of the things that we are known for in another school, university, is to keep to our mission. Yes, and at the postgraduate level, it is like we want to do it the best it can be done in any part of the world. So for you to have made your choice to come to another school, university to study at postgraduate level, it means you have taken a decision to become outstanding in your own choosing area of specialization. Indeed, what we do here is to use teaching, research, and public service to solve societal problems. That is, in a nutshell, what we also prepare the students to do. So, by training you, we're going to equip you to ensure that you utilize both declarative knowledge and procedural knowledge to solve societal problems from all angles, that is, from different angles and different disciplines. At the end of the day, one thing is the unity in all, your ability to solve problems that foster development, not just at the local level, but at the international space. I want to tell you that the college as it is, even though the provost will speak, I'm not going to preempt the provost. I know, as the chairman of the board, that we are prepared to give you the best that you can receive at the postgraduate level. And when I say the best, I mean the best. The issue is, are you going to do it at our rate? The simple things you have to do will be told to you. You will learn them in this orientation, because the very purpose of this orientation is to ensure that you take us smoothly, that you don't make mistakes and you don't have any difficulty joining us at the speed. We don't want people to have excess credits. This is what this orientation is organized. I bring you articles from the head of this mission, who I represent. As a matter of fact, Professor Carol Arese, Professor Carol Arese Umobi is speaking to you through me, a woman of immense character and learning. And we are pleased that God at this time has given her to us as a leader in this university. I bring you her greetings, and I tell you that she's going to continue to do everything that is humanly possible, or we have lost her.
Yes.
Yes, I was saying that the Vice Chancellor, Professor Carol Chinelugo Arizu Modi, is poised to continue to support all the students, and not is the cause of some students and solving the problems. So you'll be rest assured that, as always, once you become a student of this institution, you have the best in quality of education, the best of the social environment that can foster good learning and research. I want to thank you very much on behalf of our dear Vice Chancellor and the management of Nanga State University. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed. Welcome on board.
Please, after saying thank you to the acting Vice Chancellor, mute your microphone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
So the next is the chairman.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes. College of Postgraduate Studies, who is ably represented by the Associate Provost Humanity, Professor.
Thank you very much. By saying thank you to our dear Vice Chancellor, heavily represented by. All right. My name is
really. Now my sister's so mine don't finish.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning to you.
My name is Professor Obiano Duchieke, the Associate of Humanities. Please, can you mute your mic so that I can hear me, please?
Can you mute your microphone, everyone?
Yes. All right, I have the honor to represent the provost in today's very important exercise. He has gone on an official assignment, and he has asked me to present this welcome address on his behalf, and I will do just that. Good day, dear students and staff of the university. I welcome every Oka Anambra State. Dear students, this is a significant moment in your academic journey as postgraduate students. I congratulate you all on the merits of your excellence and past achievements that enabled your admission. I thank you for choosing our institution under Azikiwe University.
Last few days. Wait, Victor.
We strive in nurturing students for this self-reliance and excellence. These reflect our university's values and goals, aiming to produce graduates who are not only knowledgeable, but also disciplined and self-reliant. The university's vision and mission are built around these our core principles, striving to equip you with the skills and attributes necessary to succeed in your chosen careers and enforcing positive problem-solving results that are sustainable. Our university is renowned for academic rigor, hard work, and a pursuit of through research and collaborations, withholding the ethical, moral, aesthetic values of the society. I cannot fail to bring to your notice that our institution is on the front foot at fostering integrity, innovation, and community service. We also have initiatives and support systems that are available to our students on different dimensions, such as library and research resources, medical services, counseling, and security. Again, there are multitudes of opportunities that lie in wait for you and during, after your studies. They include, but not limited to, career prospects, personal growth. I am honored to watch your postgraduate studies in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. Congratulations on your admission. This occasion marks the beginning of an exciting value addition journey, directly for you and indirectly to the society. Encourage you to embrace the challenges and opportunities that come with being part of our vibrant academic community. I encourage you to be actively responsible in dedication throughout your studies. We're very sorry for the break in transmission. I was actually saying that you should take advantage of resources available to you, from academic support services to extracurricular activities that enrich your university experience. As you navigate your studies, remember that you are not just students. You are future leaders and change makers, ambassadors of worldwide knowledge and character. This university has a rich history of producing graduates who make a difference in the world. I have no doubt that you will carry out this tradition. We are excited to have you on board and look forward to seeing the great things you will achieve. We're here to support you, especially all the steps in your progress. We promise to make your experience and exposure worthwhile, hoping that you will give back positively to the society. Thank you very much for listening. Professor EOC Obidimma, Provost, College of Postgraduate Studies, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.
That was the address of the Provost, delivered by Professor Chikisi. I would like to crave your indulgence to bring forward the item number 2 as the next item, and that is talk on available guidance and counseling services. Because the speaker is required to be at another engagement after this. So we'd like to have a call on the Director, Counseling and Career Development, Professor Arubimos, to talk on available guidance and counseling services.
Thank you very much. Once again, I salute you all, the Associate Provost of this college, distinguished colleagues here, and our beloved students. I want to say that for today, we'll have to be very brief because you're going to get what we have prepared, the e-copies. The important thing here is for us to know that this university has a center called the Center for Counseling and Career Development. And we have career officers in every faculty and in every department. So we are at your beck and call. And for the services, we have 2 classes of services. One is career development services, where we offer at lower level career conversation, career connection, career readiness assessment, show people how to get their goals strengthened and make it easier for them to achieve their goals. These are all what we do for those who are yet to understand how to achieve certain goals. But we know that at postgraduate level, you may need more than that. For those of you who were not privileged to have such services at the undergraduate levels, you still have to be prepared for job interviews, resume and CV and cover letter development, portfolio development, job search, job search. All right. And we want to tell you that you have to be ready to join the alumni of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, because that will expose you to very important persons that graduated before you who are doing well, and they may have to assist you in your career development process. We also offer career transition advisory. We still have to go to this. So besides this part of our job, in the center also you have a counseling and psychotherapy. We organize orientation programs, psychological and mental health assessment, addiction counseling and therapy, behavior modification, emotional distress therapy, and stress management. All these are done because we realize that sometimes when students begin to work in universities, they become stressed up for whatever reason. The idea is that in underscore university, if you are able to gain admission, we make sure that we assist you to ensure that you graduate and that timelessly, not just to graduate, but to graduate timelessly. So if you have conflict, either intrapersonal conflict or interpersonal conflict, if it is stress, even if it is that you have come in and unfortunately you had picked some unwholesome habits before coming into university, university provides you opportunity to adjust your behavior so that when you get this knowledge of specialization, it will be useful to you and to the society. So the simple thing we are going to conclude is that you are privileged to have the very first center of counseling and career development in this country situated in underscore university. So we are the first and we are the foremost because we are the most developed. And even if you have problems with your colleagues, with your lecturers, and you can't resolve them, please let us know. If you don't understand anymore why you are not following the courses and you want to change or all that, we can assist you to find your fitting again and be able to move forward. The center also conducts orientation and psychological hygiene seminars. So if in your department, a few of you are having difficulty, collective difficulty, we'll be able to handle that as a group. I want to just say that for today, once you have made up your mind that you want to be in underscore university, this is one of the services that you take free of charge. Once you are no longer our student, before you can access such services again, of course, you know what it will entail. We urge you to make use of the services, starting from your department, through your faculty, and to the center itself. We are the best, and we are the foremost, and we are the first. I thank the management of underscore university for providing all the necessary facilities, both for the psychological tests and for career development services. God bless you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you, sir.
I'll take you next.
Yes, my dear. If you're ready, I'll come over.
What's this one? Sorry, you have to start.
So the next item is the talk on postgraduate regulations to be delivered by the Associate Provost S Sciences. That's my humble self, Professor F. A. Maruf. So I would like to seek the permission to be seated to carry out the task. So postgraduate regulations. Postgraduate regulation is broad, but for the purpose of this exercise, we have to focus on the aspect of the PG regulations that concern students. So the first is the first thing we talk on is a breakdown of total credit units for different programs. So let's start with postgraduate diploma. For postgraduate diploma, the total credit unit is 54. And this is broken down into coursework and project work. For coursework, first semester has a minimum of 24 units, while the second semester also has a minimum of 24 units. Of course, you can't have more than that in a semester. I mean, you can have more than that in a semester depending on the department. While the project work carries six units. So for those of you who are on the postgraduate diploma program, so this concerns you. For master's program, the total credit unit is 30 units. For coursework, the first semester has a minimum of 9 units, and second semester has minimum of 9 units as well. While the thesis carries 12 units. For MPhil PhD, the total credit unit is 18, while the coursework part of it in the first semester has a minimum of 6 units, and the second semester it has a minimum of 6 units as well. There will also be 2 seminars to be presented by the candidates, which each of the seminar carries 3 units. For MPhil PhD, there is no thesis nor dissertation because the program is meant to be a traditional program to PhD. So whoever succeeds on this program will be converted to PhD. So for PhD programs, the total credit is 30. Minimum of 9 units for coursework taken as deemed fit by the department. All the 9 units could be taken in the first semester, or it could be spread over the first 3 semesters or the first 2 semesters as the department deems fit. Then there will be a seminar which will carry 3 units and a dissertation which will carry 18 units. So that's all about breakdown of total credit unit for different programs. Now, for the duration of different programs or modes, the following are the breakdowns. For postgraduate diploma, full-time PGD program, we run for a minimum of 2 semesters and a maximum of 3 semesters. While the part-time PGD program, we run for a minimum of 4 semesters and a maximum of 6 semesters. For professional PGD program, full-time program, we run for 4 semesters minimum and a 6 semesters maximum. Part-time professional PGD program, we run for 6 semesters minimum and 8 semesters maximum. If it happens that a candidate complete the program before the minimum stipulated number of semesters for his mode of study or a mode of study, the candidate will not have his final defense until he has completed the minimum number of semesters stipulated for his study mode. Let's say, for example, if you are on a full-time PGD program and you happen to have completed your program before the end of the second semester, you will have to wait till the second semester of the program is completed before you'll be allowed to do your final defense for the program. Then for master's program, full-time master's program will run for a minimum of 3 semesters and a maximum of 5 semesters. Part-time master's program will run for 4 semesters minimum and 6 semesters maximum. Similarly, a candidate who complete the program in the second semester full-time and third semester part-time, that is a candidate who completes the program before the minimum stipulated number of semesters for his or her mode of study shall not have the final defense until he has completed the minimum number of semesters stipulated for the mode of study. For MPhil PhD program, full-time program will run for 2 semesters minimum and 3 semesters maximum. Part-time program will run for 3 semesters minimum and 4 semester maximum. Also, a candidate who complete the program before the stipulated minimum number of semesters shall not have conversion to PhD until he has completed the minimum number of semesters stipulated for his mode of study, whether it's full-time or part-time. Then PhD program. The full-time PhD program will run for 6 semesters minimum and 9 semesters maximum. While part-time mode we run for 8 semesters minimum and 12 semesters maximum. So a candidate who complete the program before the end of the minimum number of semesters stipulated for the mode of study shall not have the final defense until he has completed the minimum number of semesters stipulated for the mode of study. Now, let's look at the case of overstay students. If a student fails to graduate at the maximum duration stipulated for his or her mode of studies for a program, then such a student will be considered to have overstayed on the program, and such student may be allowed to apply for extension to the Provost College of Postgraduate Studies. But that application will have to be routed through the supervisor, the HOD, and the dean of the faculty of the students. So once the application is received by the provost, the board consider each case in its own merits and approve or deny the application accordingly. So in determining whether to approve or deny the application, certain criteria will have to be taken into consideration. The first is that the student must have paid all outstanding fees before the overstay, and the secondly, the student shall be required to pay overstay penalty for each year of the stay. Now, scheme of study for postgraduate diploma program. For postgraduate diploma program, courses shall be registered using appropriate CPGS form on the CPGS portal. A student adds or drops a course using appropriate CPGS form not later than 2 semesters into the program. However, any course that the student has already sat examination for cannot be dropped again. Also, a student shall not receive a course already passed. The student shall require to make an approved minimum attendance of 75% to lectures to qualify to seat examinations. Scheme of study for master's degree and Doctor of Philosophy programs. Courses shall be registered using appropriate CPGS form on the CPGS portal. The students can also add or drop a course using the appropriate CPGS form not later than 2 semesters into the program. Also, any course that the student has already sat examination for cannot be dropped. And also, students shall not receive the course already passed. The students shall be required to make an approved minimum attendance of 75% to lectures to qualify to seat examination. Also, candidates shall be required to present a proposal and faculty internal defense before final defense of the thesis or dissertation, as the case may be. Now, publication requirements for graduation. Candidates for master's degrees shall be required to publish at least 1 article from the thesis in a reputable index journal with online presence before getting approval for final defense. That means a master's student cannot graduate without having published at least 1 article from his thesis. That's the project thesis. That project thesis. Also, candidate for Doctor of Philosophy degree shall be required to publish at least 2 articles from the doctoral dissertation in reputable index journals with online presence before getting approval for final defense. So these are the PG regulations that concerns students in the snapshots. Details of other PG regulations that may also concern you we find in the regulation and guidelines booklets that will be given to you later. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you for the presentation, sir.
Thank you. Where is the chica? Where's chica? We take this off and let's have next look at the application.
Thank you, sir.
I think that's reasonable. We able to get it back. Is it possible? Hey, you are supposed to be with us here. I'm here. Don't you pretend. Get this here and sit and be with us. Who's the So, okay, the next item is the talk on postgraduate application forms by the Associate Provost, Sciences, Professor Teresa Onuebu. Over to you, Prof.
The acting Vice Chancellor, the Provost of Postgraduate College, fellow associate provost, members of the House. I'm here to present the postgraduate application forms. The contents of what I'm going to present is shown. The catalog of PG CPGS portal contains around 74 forms. These forms can be categorized to be used before admission, during the program, during the post-program completion. Each form has a unique code, title, and description. In this presentation, we will focus on the forms most relevant to you. We pick from CPGS 004, that is the registration form of biodata. This form is required to give detailed information of family details, home address, sponsor information, academic qualifications, and the certificates, then mode of studies. We also have the CPGS form 005. This one is initial or first course registration form. This form is used for first course registration after admission. It covers all the courses selected, both first and second semester of the program. We also have another form, CPGS form 008. This one is registration of courses for subsequent years. This form is used when you must have completed the first academic section. The form is shown there. You have there, after completing your first academic section, you fill first semester, second semester. That is, you have already entered. Okay, then you have another forms for CPGS form 010. This one is for deferment of program or voluntary withdrawal. Any student who wishes to defer their program at any point after admission should use this form. My colleague will talk on this, the deferment of program. This one, is it up so too? Okay, let me not go here. Then you see how the CPGS form 011, resumption of program. When a student who wishes to resume a deferred program can use this form. You have also CPGS form 013, application for change of department. This form is used by a student who wishes to change a department on admission to a new department. In this case, when the student must have filled student details, you have B, number B, change of department. The new department of on admission is given. Then proposed new department is also given. Then you have to state the reason for changing department. And this form must, on submission, it must be accompanied with a form 021. That is a clearance. And the supervisor must approve it. Head of department, current head of department must approve it. Dean of the current faculty must also approve it. Head of proposed department and then dean of proposed department must approve of it. You have another form, CPGS form 014, change of area of specialization. This is used by students, postgraduate students who want to change the area of specialization to a new or different one after admission. The form, in this form, you have B again, change of area of specialization. Then new area of specialization must be indicated and the reason for changing the area of specialization. And it must be cleared by finance, in finance office. Application for change of mode of studies. This form can be used by a student who wishes to change the mode of study from part-time to full-time or from full-time to part-time after giving admission. If you look at B, the form is shown. B, part of it said change of mode of study on admission, then new mode of study, and the reason for change of mode of study. Then finance must clear it. Then CPGS form 1016, application for change of supervisor. Another reason, if a student wants to change a supervisor who is different from the supervisor given to him or her on admission, you have to use this form. So in this case, if you look at B part of the form, you have change of supervisor. The initial supervisor on admission must be stated. Proposed supervisor and the area of supervisor, the initial supervisor. Then proposed supervisor must be stated and the area of specialization. Then you have to give the reason for change of supervisor. Then finance office, there must be, that one must be approved by finance. Then CPGS form 017, addition of supervisor. This form is used if there is a need for a student or department to have an additional supervisor to the student initial supervisor on admission. This form 021 must be attached to this. That is the form that will be obtained from finance office. So if you look at the B again, addition of a new supervisor, you have to talk of stage of progression, proposal, faculty defense, and then final defense. You can only add a new supervisor before you go for proposal. Once you finish proposal, you will not add supervisor again. Then you have the first supervisor on admission, area of specialization, the proposed supervisor, proposed additional supervisor, area of specialization. The reason for this addition must be stated. In this case, the current supervisor must recommend, head of current department must recommend, head of current dean must recommend, then proposed supervisor must recommend. The finance officer will clear. The next form is CPGS form 021, student fee clearance of student fee status. This form is titled student fee status and must be presented by the student at the beginning of every academic session, and also presented when making any request to the postgraduate college. When you talk of request, that request I mean is addition of supervisor, change of mode of study, change of area of study, you must attach to this form. The next one is CPGS form 022, completion form for project, thesis, and dissertation. This form is completed after the student has passed all the prescribed courses, done the internal defense, and made all necessary corrections. When we talk, there are different categories. CPGS form 002 and 022 is for project, that is PGD students, you use this form. 022A is for thesis, that is MSc students, you use this. 022B is for dissertation, PhD students, you use this form. Then you have another one, CPGS form 023, student fee clearance form. Student fee clearance form is issued to students after faculty internal defense evaluation. That is when you present form 031, then you get this. Then you have another group of forms, form 053, which can be A, B, C. These forms are for application for proposal, faculty internal defense, and final defense. These three forms are titled application for proposal, application for faculty internal defense, and application for final defense, respectively. Form 053A is completed by the student ready for proposal defense, with Form 021 attached. That is 021 is a fee status, student fee status. Form 053B is completed by the student ready for faculty internal defense, with Form 021 and Form 055A attached. As I said, Form 021 is student fee status, while Form 055A is evidence that the student has presented proposal. Then the last one is Form 053C. This one is completed by the student ready for final defense, with Form 022, Form 023, and Form 031. These must be attached. Form 022 is completion form, evidence to show that you have completed the course. While Form 023 is also there student clearance form, fee clearance form. Then from 0 to 3-1 is evidence that you have presented the faculty defense. Thank you. These are, we have to go through regulations and guidelines for postgraduate programs. Nnamdi Azikiwe University, 4th edition, page 91 to 101. Thank you.
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 Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next
Thank you
item
very
is
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
talk
Thank
on withdrawals and deferments / online mode of studies to be
I thought I saw it displayed.
delivered by Associate Provost Humanity, Professor O.M. Chekizi.
Online orientation, yes, thanks.
Online orientation. So, Prof, over to you.
Thank you very much, our able coordinator. I am still Professor Obianuju Chiekeze, the Associate Provost, Humanities. I want to join the Provost and the entire members of the college to say congratulations and to welcome you to this our great institution. All right, I shall be talking to you on two main areas, deferment and withdrawal, one, and then online registration process. Starting with withdrawal and deferment. The two looks related, but they are not the same. They are distinct actions. Deferment allows students to a particular student to postpone his or her enrollment in the program for a specific period of time, usually 1 year, not more than 1 year, or a semester. Deferment is usually done after registration and payment of a prescribed fee, which means you cannot talk about deferment if you have not registered or you have not made the necessary payments. On the other hand, we have withdrawal, which applies to a student who is already registered and taking courses. The student may have even written some exams, which means a student talking about withdrawal is already running the program. And maybe for 1 or 2 constraints is unable to continue. In which case, he has to do the needful. But before we talk about that, we have different categories of withdrawals. We have what we call voluntary withdrawal. We have what we call withdrawal on academic or disciplinary grounds. And we also have unauthorized withdrawal. Now let's begin with voluntary withdrawal. A student may withdraw voluntarily at any time in the program by completing the appropriate withdrawal forms, just like you had the last speaker. This form is available at www.spgs.unizik.edu.ng. That is, if you are accessing it online. Otherwise, you go to the booklet referred. If a student wishes to, all right, before then, the withdrawal could be as a result of anything. It could be ill health, it could be health, a personal crisis, it could be relocation issue, any kind of constraint could have caused that. And I said, in any case, the student has to fill that form. It's very, very important. Now, if the student who withdraws wishes to return, he or she is expected to apply to the provost of the college using the appropriate CPGS form. Now, it is the duty of the provost to process this application and forward it to the board for consideration. Thereafter, the secretary of the college shall communicate to the students. That's the decision of the board. On resumption of the program, the students shall be required to continue from the point in the program from where he or she withdrew after paying the required fee, which means for you to resume, there's a stipulated amount you must pay. Now, the next is withdrawal on academic or disciplinary grounds. The secretary of the college shall order a student on the recommendation of the board, that's the PG board, to withdraw from the university on disciplinary grounds, such as forgery, that is academic dishonesty, fraud, that's criminal activities, assault, harassment, or bullying of other students, heavily prohibited, recklessness, examination or research misconduct, membership of secret cults, which is of course a threat to the campus safety, mental issues, that is when a student is asked to withdraw. On the other hand, we have a student shall be required to withdraw on academic grounds if he or she fails to maintain good academic standard. So these are the two. Now, on withdrawal on academic or disciplinary grounds, the student shall be communicated by the registrar, who is the secretary to the Senate. Such a student shall neither be issued a transcript nor be considered for admission into any other program of the university for any job or contract with the university. It's important you know this. No refund of fee to such students. That is, even if you've paid all the necessary fees, everything, there should be no refund. Let's talk about unauthorized withdrawal. This is where we have failures to register within the registration period in any session without due approval. I'm sure you all listened to the last speaker. Again, if there is failure to register for 2 sessions, on approval of the application for rectification of the program, a student shall be required to pay the prescribed fee. Failure to register for more than 2 sessions shall be considered program abandonment. And such a student or candidate shall only return to studentship by applying for a fresh admission. That is all about the withdrawals and deferments. The next we want to look at is the online registration process. The first thing we've had this one concerns online students. The first thing you need to do is to go to apply.cpgs.gov.ng www.unisic.edu.ng/apply to check your admission status. That is the first thing you do. When you get there, type in your form number. You already know your form number. And your email address, so that you can now follow these steps. The first step is payment of acceptance fees and medicals. You must fulfill that. Payment for the acceptance can be made either with your card, can make bank transfers, or visit the bank. Download a copy of the CPGS Form 007, that is Student Medical Form, and do the needful. Scan the completed medical form and forward to onlineadmissions.cpgs@unisic.edu.ng. Now, for online clearance and certificate verification, all you need to do is to scan and send to online admissions, the same website, .cpgs@unisic.edu.ng, the following: copy of payment received for the 2025/2026 screening/admission processing. This is very, very mandatory. You should also forward a copy of the acceptance fee payments receipts, copy of your application form, the form printout, original copies of all your relevant credentials, starting from O-level, TC to NCE, diploma, all the certificate, degree, your PGD, master's, and PhD, as the case may be. We should also include your NYSC discharge certificate, by exemption certificate, including your marriage certificate. If you have change of name and all that, all must be, they are all relevant. And then medical fitness test. These will all be scanned and sent to the website already highlighted. Now, step 2, access the admission letter. What you have to do here is to click pay your acceptance fee. Pay your acceptance fee. A payment reference will be sent to you to make payment. If you wish not to accept your admission, you may not be able to proceed with the student onboarding. You must know this. Now, accept the provisional admission by paying your acceptance fee before you can print your admission letter. Now we have other charges, other CPGS service charges. This one you have to pay through pay.cpgs.unisic.edu.ng, and these are the charges. One is a research workshop fees. Some of them are paid once, some are paid annually. This very one is paid once, 30,000. We have PGA accreditation levy. This you have to pay 50, and it is paid once. We have PG dues, which is paid annually, 15,000. And then we have PG publications, also paid once, 15,000. And then step 3 and final step. Now, with the verification of the student credentials submitted at the college, and the soft copies of file will be created. This signals the completion of your registration. You are now qualified for the orientation program, what we're doing today, and of course, commencement of the academic program in the College of Postgraduate Studies of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. And of course, until these steps are completed, your admission is still provisional. Wishing you an exciting experience in the college, and once more, congratulations to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
All right,
you.
thank you very much.
ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Grateful, ma. Thank you.
Librarian. Librarian. You can sit down. Or do you have your slides?
No.
Okay. You can come in. The next is the talk on effective use of library resources by delivered by University Librarian, Dr. Stella Anasi. Unfortunately, we don't have the slides for this talk, but if you listen carefully, you'll be able to take in everything that will be said to you. Please consider. So over to you, man.
Thank you.
Sit down.
I greet you all in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Good morning. I am Dr. Angela Ndang. Please let me put your seat down. I am honored to stand before you today to present this paper on behalf of our University Librarian, Professor S.I. Anasi. I am also thrilled to have you here, and I am especially excited to introduce to you to one of your most valuable academic partners, the library. The library is more than just a building with books. It is a hub for learning, research, and discovery that will support you throughout your time here. The University Library is meant to serve the undergraduates, postgraduates, lecturers, and other members of the university community. The main goal of the University Library is for users to gain access to its abundant wealth of information resources. The focus of this presentation today is effective use of library resources. Effective use of library resources involves a combination of understanding the diverse materials available, knowing how to access them efficiently, and applying these resources to enhance learning, research, and self-development. Now, the key resources available in the First of Algonquin Library include print and non-print resources. This includes textbooks, newspapers, magazines, scholarly journals, reports, internet, videotapes, diskettes, microphones, and government documents. Now, you have electronic resources, journal articles. Now you can access peer-reviewed articles from numerous national and international publishers. They have databases, both online and offline databases are available to register their users. Register their users. Then digitized materials includes university bulletins. If you want university bulletins, come to this in our library. Digitize the indigenous resources, texts, dissertations, and proceedings. Then CD-ROMs. This one contains a collection of texts, journals, and system programs. Also multimedia, which include audio and video resources. We also have access and services. Have offline access. Then the library provides access to offline databases. Then we have online access. Registered users can also access online resources with access provided through university network. Then the library staff. Librarians are available for one-on-one consultation to assist with research strategies and information management, which helps foster a deeper sense of academic inquiry. Study space. Festus Agbo Library offers study spaces, computer access, printing/scanning facilities for you to come and make use of them. Just visit us and see what we have. Then, strategies for effective use of library resources. Now, to maximize the benefits of these resources, PG students should adopt the following strategies. 1, seek assistance. Do not hesitate to ask librarians for help. They can provide valuable guidance on where to find specific materials or how to refine your search strategy. Then utilize the space. First of all, our library provides a quiet, dedicated environment for focused individual study or group projects, often with reservable study carriers. Use this atmosphere to concentrate, relax, and order your thoughts away from everyday distractions. Now, use the library catalog and databases. Now, come and learn how to use the library's online public access catalog to find books and use specific databases for articles and specialized information. Technology access. Take advantage of library computers, Wi-Fi, printing, copying, and scanning services. Then learn how to browse the shelves to find relevant materials, special collections. Explore unique collections like archives, manuscripts, and local history records, which may not be available anywhere else. Now, by utilizing these strategies, you can maximize the benefits of Festus Agbo Library services and resources, supporting your educational goals, research needs, and personal development. I urge everyone to actively explore and utilize the wealth of resources and services available, transforming potential into achievement. Now, library resources are important because they provide essential access to knowledge, promote information literacy, and support lifelong learning. They offer educational support for students, provide technology access to bridge digital divides, preserve cultural heritage, and foster community connection through events and shared spaces. Now, library is your academic destination, and it's here to support your learning journey at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. We encourage you to explore its resources, make use of the study spaces, and seek help whenever you need it. Welcome to Festus Agbo Library, and we look forward to being part of your educational success. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for that wonderful delivery. So the next is
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
okay.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Let's move on to the item number 13. Please mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. There is too much noise from the background. Mute your microphones. So the next item, we have to move on to the item number 13. The person that will deliver the talk on item number 11 is not yet around, so we are waiting for that for the person. So we start with we continue with item number 13, which is the talk on postgraduate students and ethics of studentship, which will be delivered by Dean Student Affairs, Professor Makodi Bireno Nabugu.
Okay. Thank you, the moderator. Thank you, the distinguished scholars, the provost of Postgraduate College,
other colleagues present, professors also. Let me also join our team of scholars to welcome all of you and congratulate you on your successful admission into this university that has placed itself on a tower where others find difficult to get. So congratulations one more time. Today in Student Affairs, Professor Matodi Berenu Nawogo is giving the paper with the title The Postgraduate Students and the Ethics of His Studentship while he continues his academic journey in this citadel of learning. The speakers that have spoken before now have touched almost everything that is contained in the paper. Sorry, we don't have it in slide, but it's almost a 11-page document. I think it is made available to you with time. The job he is asked to do has been touched basically by, I will speak it down, has been touched by all of our speakers. Borders on the regulations, the rules that govern your state in the program and in the university. The speaker on withdrawal touched on withdrawal, touched on resources, touched on complaints, touched on behaviors and attitudes required of this. So these are issues contained in the paper. But let me go straight because of the time we have. I shall approach this discussion from 4 basic angles. Number one, I will look at the meaning of student ethics. I will look at why they provide a postgraduate program. And there are basic questions to answer. We'll look at your readiness for this program. We'll look at your competence. And we'll look at those specific ethics, those regulations that govern your behavior while undergoing your program in this university. The first thing I want to state here from the paper is that ethics generally refers to extant regulations or rules that govern moral conduct in the university. You are a student in a university. That means that there is a relationship between you and the university. And this relationship is governed by rules, whether you know about them or not. These rules exist to govern your relationship with the school and the relationship of the school with you. And until these rules are obeyed, you may find it difficult going through the process of undergoing your program in the university. So the first thing this paper intends to let you know is that there are rules to govern your conduct and behavior while going through your program in the university. There are rules, and these rules you must know. They are contained in the University Code of Ethics. You have copies in the Student Affairs Department in school here. You also have it online. I also think you also have it in the College of Postgraduate Studies. So these rules are valuable because ignorance of the law, they said, is not an excuse. So arm yourself with these regulations, know what they are, and see how you can adjust yourself to the basic requirements of the university system. The second thing we want to look at is why exactly is the postgraduate program necessary? Of course, it is assumed that whoever is admitted into the postgraduate program must have gone through the undergraduate programs. And the assumption again is that the basic academic foundations have been laid and properly laid too. Because it is true that out of the 100 persons that graduate from the undergraduate programs, less than 40% return for postgraduate studies. The truth remains that there is something peculiar about the postgraduate program. Unlike the representative of our amiable Vice Chancellor said, the postgraduate program is indeed intended to equip you with the knowledge and the skill, needed to contribute to societal development. In other words, it is not just about certification. It's not just about giving you a postgraduate degree. the intention really is to help you make your contribution to societal development. What it means is that the moment you have decided to come into postgraduate studies, you are invariably have decided to contribute to making the society better than you met it. So the program intentionally is built around giving you the required skills and the knowledge that you need. When these two are effectively combined, the college assumes that by the time you exit the program, you would have been a potential contributor to the betterment of the society where we live. If this goal is not achieved, we will begin to ask whether indeed you went through the university, the postgraduate program, or of course, if the program went through. So why the program is that you are considered a potential contributor to the betterment of the society, and the PG program is designed to give you the skill, to give you the knowledge that you need, not just to give you the paper to show that you went through the university systems. And if that is true, it means there are questions that are fundamental, which if you are able to address them, you are on your way to getting yourself ready to go through the program. Number one is really, is the postgraduate college for you? Is it really for you? Can you go through the university system and become a member of the Nigerian state without the postgraduate program? Can you go through it? Do you really need it just to boost your opportunities in the marketplace? You really need to understand and define the reason for you undertaking the postgraduate program. And if these questions, like you have it in the copy that will be sent to you, if you are able to address these questions on your own, it means you are ready and fully ready to go through the program. Now, when these questions are answered, it takes us to another stage in your academic sojourn, and that is trying to determine your competence to go through the program. Competence here is your intellectual capacity to go through the rigors and vigors of the PE program. Like we said earlier, it is not just an undergraduate program. It's a program that is highly demanding, intellectually demanding and tasking. Of course, you are not strictly supervised. Of course, attendance is not strictly taken on you. Of course, when you don't come for class, nobody canes you, nobody queries you, nobody sanctions you for not coming. But even though these things are not there, they are there as it were. So requiring that your ability to go through the program has to be checked. And this is where you are brought in close contact with your supervisor. Because the moment you are admitted, you are handed over to a mentor who will guide you, not really to follow you step by step, but to serve as a coach, to serve as a guide, to ensure that you go through this program. Now, when you come face to face with your supervisor, there are possibilities. These possibilities include that your assumed capacity will be attested to and accepted by your supervisor. And when these things are not reconciled, you now see the student having issues with the supervisor. And these issues include either not completing the program at record time, having delays in graduation, having extended years beyond the stipulated time, switching to other programs that are considered easier and simpler, or even outright abandonment of the program with or without an intention to return. So the capacity of your capacity is tested at the point where you are fully handed over to the supervisor. The supervisor is there to coach you, to guide you. So we have said here that it is important that you see yourself ready and completely convince yourself that you are ready for this program. It is when you are able to determine readiness, then you now see yourself being able to fit into the extant regulations, the rules that govern your conduct while going through this program. Like I said earlier, these rules are existing, and they exist in the university code, that is both in the student affairs department, in the PG college, and of course online. You can access them to show that you to enable you have access to these rules. Now, what then are the basic rules that govern the postgraduate studies? There are so many of them. When the last speaker talked about withdrawals, he said it comes, she said, the professor said it comes in three ways. You can withdraw voluntarily, you can withdraw by when you have not been able to keep to the existing rules. That is where this paper will actually dwell on. Your inability to keep to existing rules. For example, the rules on plagiarism, the rules of examination malpractices, the rules on forgery, the rules of sorting, the rules on project or thesis contracting. You give, instead of taking this project by yourself, you contract it. There are existing rules on that. There are rules covering every aspect of your conduct and relationship with important structures that the university have laid. Now, when these rules are not complied with, the university also has penalties beyond the withdrawal. The university has penalties, and this paper intends that you also have an idea that if these extant rules are not followed, the penalties that the university have marked for students are also applicable to those who do not obey the university rules. It can include withdrawal, it can include sanction, other forms of sanctions, fee payment. It can also include rustication from the university system. The university has that right to terminate your studentship while if these rules are really not followed. Of course, we also would want you to know that where cases are, where you are alleged of cases, you also have the right to make appeal. One of the provisions that the university makes is that you have the right to make appeal. You have right to complain. You have right to make your case known. You have right to show that the cases raised against you are really not, they are not what is presented. So we are indeed saying that the university welcomes you wholeheartedly, but wants you to know that your time of studentship is guided by regulations. And when you obey and follow these regulations, it is expected that you have a smooth ride going through the postgraduate program with the ultimate aim of graduating you to contribute to making our society better than you make it. Thank you for listening and have a very smooth academic session.
Thank you.
Thank you,
The
sir.
representative of
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that
Thank you very
beautiful
much.
presentation, sir.
Thank you, sir.
wonderful talk.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's okay, it's okay. So the next is talk on College of Postgraduate Studies fee payment policies, to be delivered by no other person than our finance controller, our able finance controller, Madam Uju Okere. Over to you, ma.
Thank you, the associates. Yeah, provost. The acting vice chancellor. Every other protocol duly observed. In the shoes of the university bossa. My name is Isokere Christiana Enuju. I want to talk on the CPGS fee payment policy. The CPGS fees are so numerous and complex because of the numerous programs that is being run by the college. For instance, we have our full-time and part-time mode of studies. We have our online mode of studies. We have our foreign students. We have the executive PhD students. We have so many of them, but which the fees we cannot enumerate here. I only want to pick the vital areas where the students used to have confusion, so that I will clear them on some of those areas. So, the introduction. The essence of this paper is to educate and enlighten our postgraduate students. First of all, sorry, I congratulate all of you joining the other speakers for gaining your admission into CPGS Nnamdi Azikiwe University. You are all welcome. So the essence of the paper is to educate and enlighten our postgraduate students on some vital aspects of our PG fee payment policy. The students are expected and encouraged to avail themselves of this knowledge to conform with the policy regulations and explore the opportunities provided therein for a seamless and effective administration of the college and the university as a whole. After a student has applied for admission, the candidate will be invited for a screening test and must pay a screening test fee of 15,000 naira for PhD students, 20,000 naira for master students, and 25,000 naira for PhD students. And once the student is given admission, he or she must pay an acceptance fee of 60,000 naira. For our foreign students, the acceptance fee is $200. And then for the online foreign students, the acceptance fee is $500. As a matter of university policy, this acceptance fee and of course the admission screening fee are non-refundable. So many times we see students writing to the college to refund their acceptance fees, that they are no longer interested in the program. It's wrong. We don't refund acceptance fee. We don't refund screening fees. Once you pay it, it is paid. Whether you want to continue or not, we don't refund. The finance department in CPGS is charged with the duty to handle all financial matters of the college, including students' development levy payments. You are advised to visit the finance department for any issues concerning payment of your development levy, including the link with which to pay your fees. Where you're confused, you can come to the finance department and you'll be cleared. It is in the best interest of the students not to go to any other office to ask for what to pay or where to pay anything. Because any wrong amount paid and any payment made into a wrong account it may not be easily refunded. Why? Because the student development fee is paid. Part of the fees go into the college account and part of the fees go to the university account. So to refund is usually very difficult. So students are advised to be careful. Whenever you want to pay any fees, please do come to the finance office and ascertain the correct amount to pay at any point in time. Okay. Every school fees payment must be done either by card or by transfer or at the cyber cafe, which you have also been told earlier. Students are allowed to pay their development levies now into installments. At least 60% of your fees will be paid in the first installment, and thereafter you can complete the payment. Staff students. For our staff students, the acting vice chancellor in her magnanimity has approved a 100% tuition rebate for you with effect from 2024-2025 academic session, but on two conditions. One, the students must have a written approval from the vice chancellor to embark on such a program. The students must be within the minimum duration of his or her program. This means that any student who has stayed beyond his minimum duration ceases to enjoy the tuition rebates. The 100% tuition rebate does not mean no payment of development levy. No, because some students keep asking that question. It does not mean that. It is only the part of the tuition part of your development levy that is free. The 100% of the tuition is free, but every other charges and every other fees you must pay. For instance, your library fee, your lab workshop bench fees, your national health insurance fees, etc. You must pay other fees and in full. Please do not write any letter asking the provost for this rebate. This is because the finance department already know that the staff students should be given tuition rebates. All you need to do is to go to the finance department and present your VC's approval to embark on your program as a staff student. And then a fee status will be prepared for you, bearing in mind that tuition rebate. Eligibility for proposal defense. For masters and PhD students, before you can qualify to go for a proposal defense, you must have paid the following fees. One, that session school fees, you must pay in full. The proposal defense fee, you must pay. The accretion, the PG dues, and the resource levy, you must pay these ones first before you go for your proposal. If the student has stayed up to 4 sessions, for instance, and has not done proposal, and is just going for proposal, he or she must pay 2 session school fees before he or she can be allowed to go for the proposal. Then faculty internal defense. For a student to qualify to go for faculty internal defense, the person must pay the following fees. Or you must pay all your school fees, remaining 1 session school fees. You must pay the faculty defense fee. You must pay the research fee. You must pay accretion. If you have already paid it, no problem. You present your receipts of the accretion. You must pay your publication fee. You must pay your PG dues. If you have paid it already while going for proposal, the first proposal, just show your receipts for PG dues. Then you must also pay your resource levy. Penalty and overstay fees. Every student is expected to pay his or her fees at when due. And any session fees that is not paid within the session attracts a penalty of 10,000 naira every year the student fails to pay. Students who have stayed beyond their program duration are liable to pay 10,000 naira overstay fee. Please note that penalty and overstay fees should be paid into a college designated account known as the resource levy account in UBA. You must not pay this overstay and penalty into, you must not use the link You must pay it into the resource levy account in UBA. So please make sure you collect the resource fee account number, the correct account number from the finance department before you make the payment. Eligibility for final defense. No student, whether PhD, master's or PhD, can be allowed to go for final defense if he or she has not paid up all his fees, which includes development levy and other charges. You must pay in full. After the final defense, the student must submit their forms for revalidation. The fee status from 21, the final clearance form from 23, and other documents you must submit in the secretary's office so that your documents will go for revalidation. If it is discovered during this revalidation that the student is still owing any fees, he or she must go back and pay that fees before collecting statement of results. Deferment of programs. A student who wishes to defer his program can do so for only one year. He will pay a deferment fee of 10,000 naira. And also, that session's development levy must be paid. And before you now apply, because while applying, you will attach evidence of the payment of this deferment fee and the development levy before it can be approved for you. Policy dissemination. Fee payment orientation should be given to all new PG students during orientation program by the bursary/finance department. Conclusion. A student's academic lifespan in the college revolves around the academic activities, which in turn occurs on payment of development levy. Consequently, it is in the best interest of the student to be conversant with these principles and ensure full compliance with them. The application of this knowledge guarantees smooth sail throughout the entire academic session. Students are equally advised to seek proper directives on these policies when needed and to always visit the finance office. Feel free to visit the finance office, which has a custody of the approved school fees schedule, to ask for how much to pay at any given time to avoid mistakes. Once again, I say congratulations to you all. I wish you a happy stay and a successful academic pursuit in Nnamdi Azikiwe University College of Postgraduate. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, ma. God bless you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you, ma.
Let's go back to the skipped item. That's item number 11, which is the talk on PG students and available medical services, to be delivered by the director, medical
Thank
center.
you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Emmanuel.
Thank you, ma.
Menweke. Umeweke. Now I said that. It's okay. So what is that? 10 minutes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Assessing medical services in assessing medical services in Nnamdi Azikiwe University is a straightforward thing. And I must tell you, we are going to deliver this talk in 15 minutes, I guess. 10 minutes. Okay. The Nnamdi Azikiwe University Medical Services operates a health centers that opens 24 hours within the university community. It provides a 24 hours comprehensive medical services to the university community at Oka, Newi, as the Okofia, the Agolo Annex, and the Mbauku Post. It enabling staff that enables staff and students and enabling community to access healthcare services at all times. These services include both consultation, pharmacy related, laboratory services related, and X-ray services related, and also services that are somehow related to the general medical care of patients, pre-admission medical examination, which is compulsory for all new students. Now, the process is aimed at ensuring that students meet up with the process of medical examination of students. Pre-examination is what I'm talking about. Pre-examination for the pre-admission process. We have to do that examination because we want to make sure that they meet up, all the students meet up with basic requirements of health for academic and campus life. Of course, we won't bring in mentally sick people into the university. We'll take care of them before we bring them in. Now, other services, special are things like antenatal services, family planning services, health education, referral, mental health services, and even counseling. I'll go higher with more services as we proceed along the lectures. Now, the basic administrative health services and other higher level services, as I said, we'll discuss them more. Those basic ones, those higher level services will include things like our ultrasonography, hemodialysis, and the minor surgeries that are available to students, apart from the normal antenatal and delivery services. There's a health insurance program for students that we operate. It's called the T-SHIP. That's the Tertiary Institution Social Health Insurance Program. And every student should endeavor to enroll into the program. Now, following the registration, the process of assessing these services is what I'm going to talk now briefly. And that is going to be very brief. And when you register, which is mandatory, there's a mandatory registration, as I said. And that initial step, that is the initial step before any services can be assessed in the medical center. The medical services is open 24 hours, as I told you. And once you come to the medical center, so the new students who have paid their fees as required can now proceed to the medical center and start the process of assessing care with a valid means of identification that he or she is a student. Because I didn't say from the beginning, most of the services for students are free. Nobody is charging you for anything. It's your right. If you have challenges with the services, you let the director of medical services to know. So if you come there with a valid means of identification, once the evidence is provided and identification is made, and at that reception point of the center, you tell us what you want. If it's care for medical, we'll get it. If it's care for, if it's a pre-admission test, they will tell you what stages to go and how to go about it. So there's a pre-admission medical form that is normally given to students, and that form you obtain it from the medical center, and then also you are required to provide personal and medical history. Your personal history, you see the column there. You see the medical history, your previous illnesses, your drug history, and any emergency contact information should be written on that form for us to know, to help us when there is emergencies. A clinic card can be issued if you go to the clinic, that is, go to the reception, the card room reception. They will give you a clinic card and register you so that you can access care in terms of treatments. And that is where the enrollment into the T-SHIP begins. The T-SHIP, it means that you must at least show that you are a student and have a card that is registered, so that when you have a problem, it is easier to continue from there. Not when you are not ill, not rushing. I will now start making the provision for that. So the T-SHIP card will allow you, the card will allow you to access medical care when necessary. All information required must be filled by the student. You see, if you open the card, you see a lot of details there. Try to fill them, including addresses of people that may be related to you. That's the admission, that's the enrollment of the student into the medical services. So I told you about the pre-admission medical exam. So that one, apart from obtaining it and filling the medical form, you proceed to the medical laboratory for sample collection, where you collect blood and urine. The test that you will do, hemoglobin, blood group, genotype, another disease research laboratory, VDRL, hepatitis B, surface antigen, hepatitis C analysis, those are basic tests we do. Note that any other test that is deemed necessary by the medical doctor seeing you will be communicated to you. Now we have almost we're introducing a mandatory drug screening test. That is for substance abuse, because most of our students now come down with things we don't understand. So we want to start that drug testing for substance abuse. Not that the person will be sent away, but we'll start rehabilitation as early as possible. So that is another extra provision made by the present Vice Chancellor, Professor Carol Umobi, who thought it wise to bring that one in. Apart from the medical mandatory drug screening, there's a clinical examination process that you go through. Most of the doctors might not bother you much with a physical exam, in order not to be embarrassing, but sometimes if you have some need, let the doctor know that you are having this challenge. Don't hide your medical issues. It is confidentially kept and it is for our own personal use. So the physical examination will be conducted with the student. The doctor will be seen with the field form, as I told you, and the test results. So if you take the field form you go with the test results, you see the doctor will now add his own comments, and he would make appropriate recommendations where necessary, either signs for you. Then another stage 4 of that thing is actually the mental health assessment. While you are with the doctor, he's already doing a mental state exam, but you may not know. If he feels that you are not mentally sound, he may refer you to the mental health clinic. And that's where we'll now start seeing you from the administrative angle again. So don't let yourself be there. If you have a challenge, you can tell us, we'll treat you. But if you find out your attitude or your character does not reflect what we expect, we might refer you directly to the mental health doctor that will see you and assess you more. So the form, as I said, once you are finished with the doctor, otherwise the student, if he has no medical problem, the forms are signed and stamped. Once it's signed and stamped, you are good to go. The form is then returned to the student as you have came. We'll give it back to you, and it's for your admission files. Normally submit it to your department. I think they can now handle it. The PG school takes it up from them. Now, after signing up, remember, before that process, apart from the test I said, I just made an omission, that the X-ray, the chest X-ray is part of the examination. Why would do chest X-ray? Is just a kind of a routine screening for things like tuberculosis or a chronic lung disease that may be persistently, and also to make sure you don't have an infected chest that can transmit the whole university. So when we look at the X-ray, we normally do it fast and just give it to you back. What we check there is mainly about tuberculosis and some other related problems that may be latent and that you may not know. You also be coughing before you have a problem. Now that is part of the exam, as I said. You give it back to the medical services before going. The medical services of the university operates branches at Nnewi, at the annex at Agolo campus, a health post at Mbauku, and we have a post that is almost setting up at Ifito. Linked with it are the sick bays in Oka. Here we have 4 sick bays attached to different hostels where students can access care when the need be. It's not actually meant to be a hospital or a clinic, but it's somewhere you can just come and make inquiry about your health. I've ordered for the nurses there to periodically ask students how they feel, even probe into their health when they don't want to come to us. So they don't keep on coming as emergencies. You know, when you have somebody who's a health provider around, you can always ask a question, Auntie, please, is this one like this? They will give you an answer. When necessary and it's so bad, the person on duty there will help you assess the care directly at the medical center. The next thing is then the one at, I said there are 4 at Oka. There's one at Nnewi. We were trying to set up one again. And also there's a 24 hours ambulance service station in the medical services. It's for students and staff. Postgraduate students should always not allow themselves to get to the point of being emergencies because you have senior students. The medical services has an outpatient, as I said, the outpatient and the inpatient. We have admission facilities and delivery facilities. It operates 24 hours, as I said, and it has a referral understanding with the teaching hospitals and some specialist hospitals in cases of critically ill patients and emergency secondary or tertiary care patients that will need emergency or tertiary or secondary care. So if you don't need emergency tertiary care, you will still get there. Even if it is not an emergency tertiary care, we'll still refer you. And remember, our referral is free. Everything about medical services is free. The referral will be given to you as a secondary site. We'll give you a code, or rather we'll send a code to the center and they will start treatment. So sometimes you have some little challenges, but that doesn't mean that you can't still access the care. If you have challenges with that, you always tell us again. You come back, you call medical services, who will respond to you. The students are free to access care, any available care. You are free to access it, including the dialysis. The dialysis has been commissioned by the Vice Chancellor, Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Chinyelu Carol Mobi, Arizu Mobi, who just did the commissioning about last week. And at least we are going to take off before the 1st of November. We have already recruited all the staff, most of the staff needed, including a nephrologist who can be manning the place. These are things that are the advancements over this past administration. So there's also a department of biomedical research students can tap into, although it's not very functional, but we got all the equipment. The people involved will still come and start telling us more about it. So it's actually a medical center, department of biomedical research. Now, in summary, as I said, these are the services available in the center, and I must tell you that any services you want, we're going to provide it at any time for you. We're not going to give you a cold feet. I prioritize students in anything we are doing in the medical services now. So I told you that we have also, I want to remind you that we have also a standard accident and emergency unit, apart from the general patient consulting unit, that's the general patient department where clinical services are rendered. That we also have this national health insurance program that is running on through the T-sheet for students. So that one is the one that if you register into it, you are accessing every care free, every medical care free, including your deliveries. Okay, so we have call duty services. When we are on call, we still work 24 hours. Doctors sleeping there. I even sleep sometimes myself as a director. So don't think that we're out for students. We want to make sure that students have their services complete. That is the order. That is the correct thing. The medical referrals, I've told you about it. We have an equipped surgical theater for basic surgeries now. So we're not operating big surgeries for now. In the pharmacy, you will see the pharmacist. You can get any pharmaceutical drug you have been prescribed, any drug that the doctor prescribed for you. Some are not there, but we have an essential drug list. You know, no hospital has all the drugs, but there's something you call an essential drug list of the medical services. If you prescribe amoxicillin and we have ampicillin, we can just suffice and use it because we can't stock every product in the market. So we guide the doctors to prescribe within the limits of that essential drug list. So that is how. Sometimes when it becomes so bad on it's an agency, we can even subscribe drugs for students. Like when we have things like snake bites and other things. If you keep the polyvalent vaccine, it will expire on us. So sometimes we make immediate urgent request and they will bring them in and we'll see how we can help the students. Now coming to counseling, of course we drug counseling, drug information, drug dispensing, and emergency call duty. The nursing services, emergency nursing services and critical care, you have it there. Support to students during medical referrals to higher centers. You see a nurse assisting you to get to the place. The general nursing care monitoring, observation and drug administration. You are right. You have a right to ask the doctor, the nurse questions and also other social questions related to your health problem. Social health services, even health education. If you call us for a program, I will come. This program, they called me and I'm here. It's part of my duty as a director. And I won't send my staff, I'll come myself. Now, as I said, there's an outreach medical service occasionally. We do it to the community. If you call us, if you want to sponsor something, you call us, I will come. I will send people that will come and help. We've done it many times for the staff. And also the environmental and community health monitoring and reporting. If you have things that you want to report to us, you report to us. To see somewhere like Sokaway of the hostel is not doing well, we will tell the vice chancellor that this place is a death trap, not a death trap, but it's a source of infection. You may be having diarrhea, everybody will not know that it's cross infection from flies. Attaching this Sokaway, they will go and patch on your food, you start having the diarrhea of unknown cause. And other things in the laboratory, all the basic laboratory tests are done, including fertility tests. There's no basic laboratory tests we don't do, starting from hemoglobin down, even lipid profile, we do them. But some of them come under secondary referral. So you must always attach yourself to the doctor that you want a secondary referral for some tests. Some tests are primary. Because the National Health Insurance Program we operate under the T-sheet may not capture it. So if you don't go back to the doctor for a referral for those tests, That is, in other words, our laboratory has primary and secondary inbuilt. So that is also tell you. I won't mention all the tests, there are many of them. Substance abuse testing, I've talked to you about it. Tell me about the student medical examination. I've told you about the specialized medical tests. Those ones I'm talking about, you can still get them there. Even infectious disease testing, we do them. They operate a call duty, 24 hours call duty. Then some other special clinics, like I rightly said. I didn't mention mental health. Okay, I mentioned mental health clinic, the optometry eye clinic. If you need glasses, you go there, they will give you. If you need an eye exam, we have 2 optometrists who are working there and have equipment and is well equipped. So students have a right to assess it. So if you come to the medical center and say you have an eye problem, the medical doctor, the eye doctor there, the optometrists, they're not ophthalmologists. They have a limit. So they will still see you and still attend to you. Most equipments for eye exams are there. Our staff have been taking advantage of it, and I want the students to only know that such services are available for them. Okay, so in psychological health, I told you have a psychological health and a counseling clinic. The ambulance services is 24 hours, and access to tertiary hospitals is full. Emergency ambulance services is what I'm talking about. But if you have a cold case, you can always tell you go, give you the letter. Now, the administrative services are available. Your medical reports. Remember, there is something I want to let you know now. Very important. Not when you finish getting ill, you start telling the medical director, come and endorse a report. Normally, when you have a medical challenge and you inform us as a form of a notification, it becomes easier when you come for your identification. But if you bring a medical report in 2000, the sickness you had in 2001, and you come in 2010 and bring it, I'll be looking at you from a dubious eye, because that report may be just to solve your problem. Please, if you have a medical challenge, let the medical IPs of the university know. So that when you go and come back, it becomes an easier channel. It's just like notification when you don't want to take an exam or when you don't want to continue a course. You write, the department will approve before you go, and you come back and you are reinstated. So in this case, the same thing applies to medical. We like it that way. Now, apart from the medical certificates, we give medical reports or e-health reports. Staff and students' medical history is always with us. It's not for any public consumption. It's with the records unit. Some are even with me in my own office for some reasons, and some privacy for some students who have some special challenges. And then we have also a bursary record unit where we now have a chief accountant with the medical center. So we have an accounts unit where some payments can be made. Secretarial medical documentation occurs, correspondence with outside institutions or medical issues, we do it for you. Some of you get admissions abroad for another training. If you come, we still do that one for you. We authenticate it, we fill the gap, and we complete it for you. We have the medical center research and diagnostic and therapeutic unit. I said we have molecular laboratory. We can do PCR testing, virology tests, and then histopathological tests. This histopathological department is already established. It has all the equipment we want. We're still waiting to engage a pathologist that will be helping us. Now, the physiotherapy unit is also fully functional now. If you have a physiotherapeutic problem, that is where you need physical therapy, not drugs. You go to the physiotherapy, the equipment you provided there is enough, and the manpower there is very, very professional. Again, the CT scan has not started creating. There's a contract we have with some people. We have not started working on that one. We have ECG facilities as well, electrocardiogram, where we sometimes do it again for students, and also a digital radiography. The digital X-ray has just been mounted and commissioned. It can be assessed. So that one is not for everybody. But if you come, if you need it, I will send the students to go and do a digital X-ray for diagnostic purposes, where diagnosis is becoming a puzzle. We use a digital one and then look at the film and see whether we can coin down the diagnosis and ensure that the diagnosis is well carved out before we start treatment. So that's why we bought it, and we have already installed it, and it has been commissioned to use. Ultrasonography, I told you, is there. The sick base at Emelda Hostel, Dora Kuyel Hostel, and the Supermeka Odumegu Chukwu Hostel, OBS Ekwesi Hostel. We have 4 sick bases already in the university now. So we are still looking onto a blood transfusion unit. Apart from the hemodialysis and the physiotherapy, we're still looking onto that and working on it seriously. And at the your back complex, that one is at the back. That is where we do our maternity care. You see antenatal care and delivery, postnatal care. They see a delivery room. We've been taking some deliveries already. And then we have a postnatal ward. We have an obstetric ultrasound. It's also a fertility clinic for those who are looking for children. We have a fertility clinic there, an infant welfare clinic, and a family planning clinic. Immunization is always done. We all know about that. When the COVID was here, we did immunization for most of the staff, and the pharmacy is also there, and ex-pharmacy inside that place too. And our medical and surgical admission facility is there. All the 2 rooms exist there. So night shift room for nurses and drivers and record officers are all existing there. There's an office of international medical research there. I don't know much about that one. So thank you very much. I hope
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's okay. Let's go to the last talk for today. And that will be on e-library USA resources for postgraduate students at Oka Window on America. And this will be delivered by Deputy Director, Oka Window on America, Professor Martha Egenti. That's it, Prof.
Yeah.
You have slides? Okay.
So let me have Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, our students, and welcome to Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I am Professor Martha Egenti, the Deputy Director of Oka Window on America. So I welcome you in a special way to the world of American spaces, Nigeria. I'm sure you'll be wondering, what is Oka Window on America? It's an American space established by the US government through the US consulate in Lagos. So we have 28 American spaces in Nigeria, we have in the south, and we have in the north. And then we have over 650 American spaces across the world. So today I'm going to be talking about the resources that are available at Oka Window on America. If you follow some of these links that are on the slide, when you get them, you'll be able to have access to those resources. So at American Spaces, we engage people through our various platforms. We have both virtual and in-person platforms. It's a free open learning and gathering places where we promote interaction among the local agencies, especially in Anambra State and then in the United States. I've mentioned the number of American spaces that we have. And one of the resources that we have at Oka Window America is the e-library USA. The e-library USA is a virtual or digital resource library provided by the US government through its American spaces in Nigeria. There you can have access to books, to journals, to magazines, to videos, and more for your learning and leisure at the comfort of your home. Once you register, you'll be able to access it, have access for 3 years, and you'll be able to use it anywhere you are in the world. So we have different features in the e-library USA platform. We have the Libby by Overdrive. It's an app that you can download. Through that Libby, you can borrow ebooks, you can have access to audiobooks, to digital magazines. Then we have the press reader. If you want to stay updated with the current news around the world, you can find them in the press reader. So the press reader, you can have access to thousands of newspapers and magazines around the world. Then I'm sure this one is going to interest you as a student, the academic search frame. The academic search frame is a database. It's a research database, EBSCO. EBSCO is a US-based database where you can find review journals. You can have a lot of resources across different academic fields. We also have another database, the JSTOR. I'm sure you are conversant with this particular. It's a popular database, the JSTOR. So you can have access. You have over a lot of resources. Then we have the ProQuest. Is a dissertation. It's made up of dissertation from different universities. We have the book plays, where you can find fictional stories and both non-fictional. So we also have documentaries, the Canopy and the resource guide. I'm going to just briefly tell you the features of this, and then
wrap up. Now, for the Libby that I said, we have over 15,000 titles. Like I said before, you can find the digital books, the audio books, magazines in this particular app, and you are entitled to borrow 10 e-books or audio books. Digital magazines are more for 14 days, and you can read it using your tab or your phone once you download the Libby app there. Once you log into the eLibrary US, I'm going to show you the step you're going to take to be able to log in. And once you're able to register, you now be able to have access to these resources. Now, for the first reader, like I said earlier, you find the magazines and the news, around the world if you want to really stay updated. Then for the academic and research resources, like I said, you have the EBSCO. EBSCO has over 60,000 peer-reviewed journals, and they're all open access, published by credible academic and publishing industries. So of course, some of these are ideal for students, for researchers, and for professionals. So once you have access to be able to access some of these peer-reviewed journals. And then you have the JSTOR too. The JSTOR, you find a lot of resources for social science, economics, and history. Of course, ideal also for students and researchers. Then the ProQuest, you have it's a database also, but this database contains the dissertation and thesis from 700 universities across the world. So you can have access, if you really, maybe you are writing a poem, you don't know how to go about it, you can use it, to see how it is, the format and all that, to inform your own research. So of course, it's ideal for students, researchers, and professionals. Then we also have the booklets. If you're a beginner, you want to learn the English language, we have a lot of animated stories and non-fiction books here. And this database kind of combines fun and education to build your reading skills. So it is perfect for people who are language learners of all ages. So the canopy is one of the features that contains documentaries and educational videos on inspiring and contemporary topics. And they are usually curated selection of high quality content that can enhance and broaden your perspective. Now, the first step, how do you go about registering with the eLibrary USA? We have just 5 simple steps for you to have remote access to eLibrary from the comfort of your home. The first step is to fill out the membership registration form. The link is on the screen there. Once you fill the form, you get the second step, you get an email. So you respond to the email. If you don't find the email in your inbox, check your spam message. You can find it there. Once there's a link that you will see there, once you click the link, it will take you to just a short training to show you around the world of the eLibrary USA. It's a very short training. So once you complete the short training session, you're going to earn a certificate. It's not up to, the training is up to 5 minutes, you are done. Then they will give you a certificate just like you can see on your screen there. So now, after you have done this stage, you are there. Then the 5th stage is that they are going to give you access, your login details. Once you get your login details, you go to the website, that is, go to your browser, put the eLibrary USA, state.usa and so on, state.gov, and then it will bring you to the eLibrary USA search tab, and then you put your email and the login details that you are provided, and voila, you are there. So you'll be able to have access to all these features that are on your screen. Okay. Now, once you follow the link, you will get all these details. You can download some of these resources. You can get information on American Spaces Nigeria, or if you want to know more about our program, because we do a lot of programs, empowerment and educational programs, especially for young people. So once you download the link, like you see there, to give you an overview of all the programs that we have done so far, And then the resources that are available on our YouTube page, you have the American Spaces Nigeria YouTube page. Once you just search, you will see a lot of our programs there. Even our Facebook, FB, American Spaces Nigeria, you will also get a lot of information that we have got. We have a WhatsApp channel if you want to stay updated or you want to get notification for what we do here. You can click that link and join and follow us, and also get quick links to our resources and services. So thank you once again for your attention, and welcome to the World of American Spaces and to Nnamdi Azikiwe University. We are located at the PG School building, the ground floor. So once you come for your registration, you can ask around. We are at the ground floor. And then once you come, you have a space for students, and you have access to all of our resources, including our free Wi-Fi. Thank you so much, and welcome once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your beautiful presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm happy to tell you that the time has come for you to ask questions concerning talks that you have received so far today. So we have 15 minutes to do that. It's now question time.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, I have a question.
I have a question.
Anytime. I have a question.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Can everyone hear me? Please, can I go on? Hello. Okay, so I have two questions. So the first one is on the medical reports. So I am an online PG student. Please. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the report so far. My name is Ifechi Egodi. I am an online PG student. And I have two questions. So for all this on the medical report, so with the online PG students, how do we go about the medical report? Because there is a part where we need to visit universities to get the confirmation of
All of you should mute your microphones. Mute your microphones, all of you. You one after the other. It's okay. We start with Bonaventure. That's your question. Bonaventure.
Okay.
Bonaventure. Ask your question.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, the professors and the facilitators over there. This is Ebunike Bonaventure. I have one observation and then a question. My question is basically on the acceptance fee. I have had some glitches. I made payment, but there are some glitches. So I want to ask when the final payment for the acceptance fee will be. Then my observation is that the email for the School of Postgraduate Studies for past 1 month plus now. I've written to that mail till date. I've not seen any reply. I don't know if the mail is working or just for fancy. Thank you.
We take everything. Please, Finance Controller, I hope you've noted that question. Please, as they ask question, please note it down. And then concern email. Any question that concern you, please note it down. Then concerning email, Madam Judith, please note that down. It's okay. Then the next person is Olusoji Ogoshola. Ask your question.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you to all the professors and the presenter and everybody. It's a great opportunity to actually meet with all of you, and you have actually enlightened us. I have one question, and it has to do with, I'm an online student, and it has to do with some of us, we have challenges with payment. For instance, I made a payment for my development fee of 140, but later I discovered I took 290. So my question is, for some of the challenges, payment fees and everything, is there any contact we can have?
Is it not the person talking?
Right. Can you ask your question again?
One more.
Please, the last speaker should unmute and continue asking the question.
Hello,
the last
can
speaker
you
should
hear me?
unmute. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my question is this. Sorry, I didn't know that I was muted. My question is that I'm an online student. I made some payment and I discovered that the payment I made was less. So I have a cost to actually talk to somebody to be able to correct that. So my question is to the finance department. Is there any phone number or email that is specifically set for this kind of a thing for some of us that are online that cannot call to occur for correction of things that we can have to be able to reach the finance department to sort things like this out? I would so much like to have the contact number and email that we can use to resolve things like this. That is my question.
Okay. It's okay. So stay online. You get the answer to that. Okay. The next question is Fumilola.
Yes, please. Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to attend this orientation program. We're very grateful. We're very thankful. So my question is concerning the online mode. We've been sending a couple of emails and we're not getting any response at all. And then we still have a change of specialization at this point of admission. I'm thinking of changing my area of specialization within the same department. Is it feasible? Is it possible? And my third question is that I have not received the admission letter, and I've forwarded my clearance document to the emails assigned to me. But no response yet, no update yet since I've done that. So we need help and clarifications, or perhaps a rapid response phone number or email to always reach at all times, please. We are stuck. We online people are stuck at this point. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Stay online, you get another question. And now, Matthew, over to you.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you guys hear? Can you hear me, please?
Can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, professors. Good afternoon, facilitators, and everyone. So just before I ask my question, I would like to thank you all for enlightening us more. My name is Melvin Akobundu, and my question is as regards my development fee. So I've tried paying the development fee with Credo, but each time I pay, it's being reversed to me. I don't know if there is a way I can sort it out. I've been trying for like the past 1 week, but then when I pay, after some time, it's being reversed back to me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Stay online. Next person is Ifechi Egweni. A question.
Hello,
Ifechi Egweni.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, my name is Ifechi Egweni. Thank you all so far. Please, can everyone hear me? Yeah, so my question is, I am an online PG student. So my question is on the verification documents, one of which is the medical reports. Yeah, so with the online student, the section B of the medical reports requested that we go to the university's clinic to do all of that screening and get the doctor's confirmation. So we are online students and we cannot approach the university hospital. We can only fill out section A of it. So I want to know if we can fill out section A of it and share it regardless of not being able to visit the university's clinic for section B. Then my second question is, so my second question is on verification. Yeah, so on the email they shared with us when on verification and certification updates, they said for online students, verification is between October 23rd to November 3rd. And most of us missed that date, but we went ahead today for the acceptance fee and went on to share our certificate and credentials, other needed documents to the CPGS email address, but we've not gotten any response yet. So I would like to know if there is another scheduled date for verification for online students, online PG students. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. Stay online. We have a question. Then the next man, Jerry.
Good morning. Okay, good morning, my professors and lecturers. Please, my only question is on the email. The email on the website. I hope it's correct because my colleague and I used it for our e-transcript. And up till now, we've not gotten admission. But the only person that the other colleague used Korea and she has gotten admission. So I just want to confirm if the email is correct. I even dropped it on the income messages. If it's not correct, let us know so that we can send our school the correct email to resend our transcripts. I've not gotten admission. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Next thing. Be underscore watch. Be underscore watch. On mute and come close.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Please, I want to clarify. Some of us have registered. We have done the registration. We've paid the school fees. We want to find out when is classes. We have registered for the courses. When is classes actually beginning? For those of us online, the online mode, I want to get a clarification on that. Thank you. Okay, I'll go back again. I said we've done the payments, school fees, and registered for the courses. For those of us on the online postgraduate what is it again? Studies. So I want to find out when it's classes, when it's lectures actually beginning, because we don't have any information on that. And we've done the registration and the registration of courses and also made all the payments. And what are the what is it called? What are the plans for exams? Is it going to be online or it's going to be on site?
Stay online. Get answer to that. Then the next person, Nweke Leticia. Nweke Leticia, over to you.
Sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. Thank you, all my professors, lecturers, the vice chancellor, everyone. Thank you. My question goes like this. After I registered and paid my acceptance fee, I noticed that there's a link they asked us to put in our to confirm if our admission status is accurate. And each time I put my application, it says invalid. It says invalid. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Then
Okay, thank you, my lecturers and professors. Please, the question I have is this: when we are asked to pay acceptance, there was something that came up like a decrease. So when I responded to that, I was able to pay my acceptance, but I was not able to generate the receipt immediately. That is one. Then the second question is this: assuming if one finishes his program before time, before time, like PhD program, can one be allowed to go if the person was able to finish his thesis and pass all his coursework? Can the person be allowed to go without delay? Thank you.
I mean,
please unmute your, mute your microphone. Mute your microphone. Then the next person is Mbonu Ogochukwu.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the lectures and the teaching. God bless you all. My question is, I want to understand the full-time and part-time. I'm a secondary school teacher and I may not be allowed to be going to lectures every time. So I want to understand how it's going to go.
It's okay.
I want to understand the part-time and full-time. How is it going to go? Because I am a teacher. I go to work every day. I may not be allowed to be going out every day. So I want to understand the part-time and the full-time. Thank you. And I'm part-time, sir.
It's okay. Cynthia Uloma, your question? Uloma, your question?
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. So my question is like this.
Can you speak so that we hear you very well?
Okay, sir. I was able to pay my school fees. So after paying my school fees, they took me to a site where I will actually register my courses. So I saw about 7 courses there. So my question goes like this: am I to click on all the courses? Like, am I to register all the courses, or is there some specific courses I have to select for the semester?
Registration.
Of course. I'm in part-time.
Yeah, part-time.
Yes, sir.
But not online.
So,
but not online.
No, sir. No, sir. So I just want to know, do I have to click on all the courses? Like, do I have to click on all the courses, or is it specific courses? Like do I have to select some, or do I have to register all at once? Because I
I've got your
7
question.
courses.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Joe.
Good afternoon, coordinators and professors. My question is based on lecture days. Is there an approved lecture days for PG students, or lecturers fix their lectures at will, especially on Tuesday in Anambra, where we know that Tuesday is like our new Monday? Teaching lectures on Tuesday. So please, I wanted to ask if there is such thing. Then for American spaces, are we to register with our personal email, or we register with the university email? Then the third one is how do I get the student email? Is there office I will meet? Is there someone? What do I need to get there? Then finally, on payment, I made overpayment. When I went to finance office, I was asked to make certain payments, and later I know I shouldn't have made it, but they insisted. Later, that person came when I visited, and they said I should now write a letter for refund. I've written a letter for refund. I've come to the office. I've come severally, but nobody is actually attending to me. I've sent email. Nobody is responding. How do I go about this? Thank you, sir.
It's okay.
Okay.
That's
Thank you. We are going to stop our questions at Daniel. We see more people raising their hands. Please, we will not take all the questions because of our time. So we are stopping at Daniel Nweke. So other people, maybe you come to the office to ask or send an email. So that's where we are going to stop.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the wonderful presentation. My question has to do with my dashboard. I've gotten to a stage where I am to register my courses online. But when I click on courses, what pops up is what I see there is that there are no available courses. I gained admission into Cisco Institute of Logistics and Supply Chain Management, but there are no courses online for me to register. So how do I go about this, please?
Okay, thank you. Okay. Onele Morgan Maduka. Morgan Maduka, are you there? Chidinma Okuosa. Chidinma Okuosa, are you there? Chidinma Ekuna. Chidinma Ekuna. Nathan Aban.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon, the professor, the doctors, the PG, the entire PG present, and the university environment. I think a similar case. I've paid for for my school fee, but I discovered that when I wanted to do my registration for courses, in fact, there are so many courses displayed. But for my the medical imaging offering, I didn't see any course, and in fact, I tried to reach out for some people. They couldn't give me. So please, is there any way I can have a student handbook, so that because with the student handbook, it can guide me the number of courses I'm supposed to register that has to do with my own area of specialty. Is there any way they can make it available? Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Very blessing.
Please, I have a question, please.
Ask your question. Who is the blessing? Are you the one talking? The blessing.
No.
Emmanuel
No,
Victor. Emmanuel Victor.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
It's a
afternoon, sir.
blessing. It's a
Hello?
blessing. It's a blessing.
Guys, Emmanuel Victor.
The blessing. Hold on. Go
Emmanuel.
ahead. Emmanuel, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Sir, please, I want to ask a question For the registration process, after we have submitted our files, we also have to upload them on the email provided also, apart from physically submitting the files to the department.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It's
It's
a
a
blessing.
blessing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? It's a blessing speaking.
I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. I actually thank everyone for the presentation. Thank you very much, sir. So, please, my question is, I applied for master's program and it's for full time. And according to what according to one speaker, they said the program lasts for 3 semesters. So my question is, if for no reason the department you are doing the program with, for no reason they are delaying you, please, is there anybody that is appointed or that can actually monitor these things for students? Because I've been hearing things like some departments delay you unnecessarily for no just cause reasons. So please, I want to ask, is there any organization, anybody that somebody can complain to outside the department that can actually come out for somebody if they want to delay you unnecessarily? That is my question.
All right. Thank you. Daniel Mike.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Khan. If I to save time, my question is about admission later. Made payment for clearance at CPGS, we have not been able to access the admission letter. Just opposite. Thank you.
What's called frequently asked questions. I think let's respond. It's okay. Let's start with our medical director. And once again, my name is Dr. Menweke Emmanuel, the Acting Director, Medical Services, Nanjai University. I had a question from someone who was inquiring on how online students will do their medical evaluation. Let me put it that way. The concept of online has almost defeated a medical exam. And as I told you, the essence is actually mandatory in a way that pre-admission tests and lab tests and examinations must be done on students before enrolling into universities. It's actually a health policy. But here now, you see that in our own side here, the real aim of the process is to ensure that students meet up with, especially students that are physical, meet up with these physical and mental health requirements that are needed for the academic life and the life on the campus. So we don't have challenging emergencies coming up one time or the other. If there's somebody that's a secular, and we know it's a secular, we are used to them, so we handle them. But if we don't know, it becomes a problem. So your question now, because you are an online student, you are not physically available for such a process, we have to readdress your own to have a clause. So I must tell you, for now, you can fill your forms, because there's one challenge that you might have when you'll be finishing your program, or maybe during the time you'll be doing your registration, that the postgraduate school may be demanding that you bring your medical form for your final clearance. At that point, if you come to the service, to the medical services, what we call the university health services, what we are going to do to you, what we are going to do for you then is to just indicate that you are a online student, and with that, we give you a certification and write your form and allow you go. But in the meantime,
Yes, it's true. You can go to any place and do the test and upload it into the result, into your web. We can still accept that. But I still will get back to your PG dean, PG provost of the PG college, to discuss this matter so that it won't be an overstatement. For now, you can upload. You can upload to them. We'll now authenticate. We'll now authenticate it. While on this, we'll get the final decision of the boss of the PG school on this matter. I hope it's clear. Thank you.
Finance controller. Your answer to the questions noted down.
She was adding from that if the whatever they are, they can make the do the test. Then it must be government approved.
Yes.
Okay. Because of where we have proliferation of private clinics, parts and all that. Okay. So if it must be uploaded on the platform, on the PG college platform, it has to be a certification from the government or certified in the government.
Okay, that's exactly where we would like to note it, because
will you have to ask that? Add that now?
Yes, you have to, because
most of you have to add to so that they will.
Yes, I'll add it. I'll add it. So what we're saying here is that even if you are going to upload, let it be from a government recognized institution, so that authentication will be more easy. Because proliferation of clinics and non-medical centers call themselves medical clinics. We don't need it. So if you go to any medical services anywhere that is government approved and you upload, we can accept it and just authenticate and accept that it is acceptable. So government-owned hospitals or even medical centers, or federal establishments or state establishments will still suffice. Thank you.
Sorry, let's quickly take more questions.
Yeah, somebody asked a question with regard to registering with the university email or personal email. You can use any functional email, whether it's university or your private, your personal email, to register for the e-library USA. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Let me also add about, somebody asked a question about student email. Okay. The student email has been built into the student portal. Once you make your school fees payment, your first school fees payment, you will see your student email automatically generated for you with the password and the steps of how to access it. So once you pay your school fees, you will see your student email here. So that's for student.
It's okay. Now,
for the student that asks question on payments, wrong payments or whatever, I don't know. A student asked a question that, yes, okay, she made an overpayment, and when she came to the finance office, he was asked, or she was asked, to write a letter of refund. So I don't know if this student is full-time or is he online. Let me know what to answer to the students.
If it's online, you provide a number.
If the student is a full-time or part-time student, there's no problem. Please come to finance office and enter head of finance. Come and meet the head of finance, and your problem will be solved, because I know that we do refund students that have made overpayments. We do refund. So you come to my office, and then I will, or you give me the details of your application for refund. Then I will know why you have not been refunded.
Online, if it's online.
If it's online, the person will send the details. If it's online, the student will send the documents, forward it to us to see.
Especially,
we have not established that number.
Personal number now.
But the college has an email. They can forward it to the email. The college.
The finance official also have an email. for finance purposes.
If you have issues with online, there is a dedicated email, online admissions. That's where you send
I think it's good to have your designated email for finance purposes, so that there won't be blocking up of things together.
Yeah,
So,
we have a
for now,
You have.
Okay, you have.
Please, can you give them the finance email? That would be good. So that you know that whatever goes there is finance matter. Okay.
Maybe we'll send the email.
Can we? You don't know it, so that you can dictate it.
I will send it to them. I will send it to them through.
So let them know that.
Yes.
Okay. Let them know that the email for finance.
Yes, for online
matters
students.
will be made available to them.
Yes. Please, for online students, the email of finance department will be made available to you through the meet shortly. So any issues you have about finance, you can send it to the email and we'll handle it. Thank you.
I understand your fear.
Okay, somebody asked a question about course registration. Okay, for the person referring to Chisco Institute, we have noted your concern and the courses will be added. Then some other person asked about courses that she saw many courses and she doesn't know which one to pick. What you do, there are two options. One is that you go to your department and ask them, okay, for this my specialty, what are the courses that are meant to offer? And then when you have them, you can now go to your portal and pick those specific courses. You don't need to pick all the courses there. Then the PG handbook is also available at the PG school, right? There is a payment. If you were listening during the financials, talk, they said there is a payment called publications. So once you make that payment for publications, you come with your receipt to the PG school and they will give you the PG handbook. With that, you can also see the courses that you are meant to undertake. So those are your two options. Thank you.
Well,
yes, and someone who are not as someone at the
What is stipulated?
okay, I can answer that.
And maybe you attempt also that question of delay, either from department.
Okay, I think I said that down. Now, concerning if one will be allowed to defend before the time stipulated for the program or mode of study. What is important is that before you could be allowed to defend your thesis or dissertation or allowed to graduate, you are expected to have spent the minimum number of semesters required for your program or mode of studies. That is what is important. Once you have spent the minimum number of semesters required for your program or mode of studies, you will be allowed to defend or graduate. You don't have to spend the maximum number of semesters. What is why is that you must spend the minimum number of semesters required. Then for part-time and full-time program, someone want to know how the lectures for part-time programs are scheduled. So I think for this, it's important for you to go to a department. You go to your department and the lecturers handling courses in your department or the HOD will tell you how that will be scheduled. Then registration of courses online. I think you take care of that.
Let me add something to that.
Okay.
So for the part-time and full-time, the difference between part-time and full-time is the duration of the program, right? So for example, full-time masters is 3 semesters minimum, part-time is 4 semesters. both of these programs, they have the same number of courses you must do before you graduate. Okay, and in practice, they hold their lectures together. So at the same time, so if maybe you are doing part-time and you know you are working, you have the workload, you can say first semester I will do 3 courses, even though they are available 6 courses that you can do in first semester. So you can take first semester for the first year of your program. So you don't have to come to school or for all the lectures and all of that. That reduces your load. And same, and then the second year you take the remaining 3 till you complete your program. So the major difference is the duration. So you can now choose to split your courses as much as you can carry. Thank you.
It's something. Something is applicable. We still have part-time and full-time.
Also know that your thesis and your coursework can be done concurrently. You don't need to finish coursework before you begin your thesis.
Then the time of commencement of online lectures.
Online lectures is dependent on the department. According to the timetable that the lectures started as 12th October. Okay, according to our timetable. So, however, you may need to visit your department to make sure, gather your mates, and then so that things will kick off. For online, we will still do an orientation for our learning management system, our LMS platform, before they can now begin in full.
And then how will they have access to numbers of the HODs of their respective department? Because being online, you don't have to come here.
No,
so they should be able to communicate a little to them.
Yes.
Because we have already sent
somebody even called me yesterday.
So that yes, we're getting the list of students and then in every department to the HODs. And they should know their online students, their part-time as well as their full-time students. So, but we will equally send to the online students the phone numbers of the respective HODs.
So please, I hope you were able to hear. And
no, they did.
Please, can you?
We are going to send the numbers of the HODs and PG coordinators for the online students. That's for the online students. We send it to them so that they can communicate and liaise with their respective departments.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, I think this, now
Okay,
the last one is what to do in case of undue delay. In this case, if a student is unduly delayed, either by the supervisor or by department, I think such a student can approach the associate provost for his or her program. Let's say, for example, if you are in science, you can approach the associate provost sciences. If you are in humanity, you can approach the associate provost humanity. If you are in earth sciences, you can approach the associate provost earth sciences, and your case will be appropriately handled. So that is it. Now,
okay, let me add to that, please, because apart from delay, because I'm sure if the provost were to be here, he would have told you that you are the flagship of the university. And if in any manner, in any way, you are being intimidated or harassed or even victim, yes, or extorted, please do not hesitate to come to the college. But that is the reason why we're here. We're here for you people. Don't delay matters like that. We promise you we're going to handle it appropriately, and you'll be happy at the end. Thank you.
I'm also aware of this progress form that both students and the lecturers have to fill. I think it's also a way of monitoring progress so that they become aware that such a form exists to manage this progression and to also help them determine when and how their program runs. So they should know that a form of such exists, both to be filled by the students and the lecturers, so that the college is able to monitor where this delay is emerging. The students can also lay claim that it is the department or the lecturer they are the ones blaming themselves. So that form exists to balance the whatever. We know from the college that it is coming from the student, it is coming from the lecturer, it is coming from the department. So the students need to know that that form exists, whether they are offline students or they are online students.
It's okay. So is that settled? Now, I think you have any? Yeah, I said that. Yes.
I think somebody asked a question. If there is an approved lecture day, or is it the prerogative of the course lecturer? And the answer is the students, in collaboration with the course lecturer, will always determine the convenient days and time for your lectures. So it is not a question of a lecturer imposing it on you, telling you that you must come so time. Sometimes, because some of you are working or doing some other things, you might decide to pick 3 days out of the 5 days of the week, or even 2, as the case may be, depending on the number of your lectures. Yes, the copy. Sorry.
Online.
Even online, yes, even you can have online lectures for convenience sake. So it is not lopsided. It is a matter of balance between you and the lecturer in charge.
Of course, you need to address the issue of some people made, you said you are trying to make payment, your school fees, but it's bouncing. They are returning back to you. If you're a full-time or part-time student, please come to the postgraduate college, come to the MICT or the finance unit. We'll be able to rectify that issue for you. So please, you need to come physically so that we'll look at it, attentively. Then, if you are an online student, please do well to send an email to us, and we'll look at that. Thank you.
Please, sir, permit me to ask questions. It's very important.
Yes, sir.
We are taking all the slides. Can we have all the slides that was presented today in our emails? All the slides that was presented today, can we have them in our emails, please?
I think the slides will be made available, including the recording of today's orientation program. They will be made available online.
Yes.
Including the regulations, please. Including the regulations, very important.
Please, I have very important question to ask.
PhD full-time student. What is the issue?
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
If you are accepting another question.
You know what we advise you? Put your question in the chat box.
I've dropped it separately. I've dropped my question severally. It has not been attended to.
Let's just take her question. That will be the last.
Okay, that will be the last. Go ahead.
My question.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm talking, please.
It's okay.
My name is Ugo Vivian. Okay, my name is Ugo Vivian. My question is that I've made my payment and I've visited the PG office to collect my files, but they said they've not started issuing files.
We have started issuing files. Please, you can, yes, maybe you came earlier. So at this moment, I've seen your second question. You can pay your 2 semesters at once. You need, but you can't pay it in one go. You pay the first installment. When you log into the portal, you can now pay the second installment.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Student
The question was not answered.
What was your question?
My question was that I was trying to check my admission status on that onboarding site, but it says my application number is error.
Okay. Did you get the notification that you were admitted?
Yes, I did. I have paid my acceptance fee as well. And it indicates that I have to confirm on the onboarding status.
The possible explanation is that you purchased 2 forms, or you began processing 2 forms. So you now have 2 form numbers, and you use the wrong one. You can't have paid acceptance fee and then you don't know. It's possible you use the wrong form number, maybe. And that's why you're having that.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Please answer.
Hey, no more question. No more question. No more question. So we thank everyone who has made today's program a success. And we thank our students who have been patient enough to be with us up to this moment. So now, the next thing is for us to have a vote of thanks. And now we want to call on any of the students that the secretary directs to give us.
Thank you.
It's okay. Anyone that the secretary directs. Or you want me to call on someone?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. This is Mr. Charles Ofo. Charles Ofo. Want to appreciate. All right, my professors and all the facilitators. I remain my humble self, Mr. Charles Ofo, a PhD student. So I want to thank you so much for the time, for all the clarifications you have given to us today, all the questions asked and the answers you have given to us. We want to thank you for everything. And we, on our part, are promising that we are going to adhere to everything you have told us today. And in turn, at the end of the day, we will graduate as good students from the school. We are also praying that God will use you people to do a good job for us during these our study years. Thank you, and thank you once again.
Thank you. Now, next prayer. And again, I will call on students. Spirit directly.
Change the chat box.
In Jesus' name. Yes, I want to pray. In Jesus' name. Our Most High God, eternal King of glory, we thank you for this wonderful virtual meeting in which you have used our professors and our lecturers and all the admin staff to give us a pathway to follow. Father, we pray that you bless them, that you replenish all their efforts, and that you grant us a very wonderful stay in unity. All this and more we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Now, lastly, a music song. It's a song. I will recite music song. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and thank you. Our dear students, we thank you all. So this is where we are going to drop
Thank
the
you.
for today. So we look forward to seeing you in the future. God bless you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. God
Bye
bless
bye.
you.
You take care. Yeah.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
God bless you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
Director. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you all
having
the
you.
lecturers. We appreciate all your efforts. Thank you very much.